All right, here we are, Matthew Russell Lee, Inner City Press. It's not midday, it's nearly the end of day 29 of the U.S. versus Sean Combs case, June 24th. And what's happened today is there was an extremely longer than expected, let's put it that way. I don't want to cross-examination of the Agent Cerciello, by Miss Garagos. I have to say it sort of petered out from my point of view. But then the Rule 29 motion by Combs' lawyer, Alexander Shapiro, I've said before, I'm a fan. She's representing Sam Bankman-Fried. In any case, they pretty much laid out what will be their arguments at closing, attacking every count. And again, I've seen a lot of people say they turned away. Even some people thought it's uninteresting. I think it actually is. This is the beginning of the end here. Her take on it, and I have a few notes here. At least one of the statutes she's saying is unconstitutional. This is not going to cut ice either with, I believe, Judge Subramanian or with the jury, but it'll be raised on appeal. This has to do with intimidation and force, but she made arguments about forced labor, saying that this statute was basically enacted to enforce the 13th Amendment after slavery. It's used in cases of immigrant domestic workers forced to work because their passport is taken. She was pretty, I think you could say she was dismissive in the sense that she said, not dismissive, she said these are affluent individuals. The complaint is about not going on a yacht, not going on a trip to Turks and Caicos. She made a kind of a procedural point, which I'm not sure who's going to hear it, even on appeal. But she said it's significant that in 3 superseding indictments, they only ended up with this fraud theory as to Jane once it became clear to them that Jane was alleging violence in the house, that incident with the broken doors that are still broken. She also said that the escort in that case there was no showing that they came from out of state. These are the kind of like little landmines that are dropped that come up on appeal. The thing is that unless that's the only thing he were to be convicted on, even getting that one knocked off later, it sure would be interesting. I'm doing this in front of the now empty MCC jail, but certainly it keeps people active if they're in jail for a long time to have some appeals going and to get a couple of wins. But there's 5 charges here. Now, I guess in what people would say is the most newsy element of the day, Judge Subramanian said, "Mr. Combs, do you understand how are you feeling today?" And he said, "I'm feeling fine. You're doing a great job, Judge." Maybe that he thinks it's going to get Subramanian to rule in different ways going forward. Anyway, he was certainly upbeat in that. Then he was asked whether it was his decision and his alone to not testify. He said, "Mine alone." Then he added, "but with my lawyers." They've now taken a break for the defense case, which I think is going to be extremely short. It seems like it's just going to be getting some exhibits in. And then that's it. There'll be a charge conference tomorrow, Wednesday, and closing arguments on Thursday, which I think on the defense side, at least, are going to be largely what Alexander Shapiro said in a legalistic fashion, but made in a fashion tailored to the jury. More based on the facts than on the law. In any event, Inner City Press, we're all over it. The week 7 book is in preparation. There's a lot of material from today. To be continued.